How are you, John? How's things?
Not too bad, John. How are you?
Another week for this over again.
That's it, isn't it? The rain is belting.
Belting down.
Belting.
Beautiful. Yeah.
But sure, look, it is Ireland.
We'll get over it, Dave.
Could be sunny on the way home.
Yeah, Dave. It was just not the Dave. We'll get over it, John.
Yeah.
But John, you had a very successful family fun day last week.
Yeah, there was, I suppose, the Kings Island Family Fun Day was often run by a couple of different groups. There was a couple of different types of fun day, and the last time they had one, I think, was pre-COVID.
I think so. Yeah, hasn't been one down the while.
Yeah, and I suppose with resources and everything, and lack of, I suppose there was a talk about a few different stakeholders coming together and maybe running it. Now, this was resident led, so it was the locals that were leading it, but backed up by the stakeholders like myself at LICP, St Mary's Adult Education here, and Limerick Youth Service, Nicholas Street, the local one. North Star Family Support were involved, a Limerick City Area Partnership, formerly known as Paul Partnership. There was Kings Island Greater Residents Committee, and I'm trying to think now before I leave anyone else out. And loads of other people popped in to say hello and help out and volunteer. I mean, there was politicians there was people, mayoral representation. It was fun. It was
good effort.
It was, and there was loads of music, and there was the local band, the local brass band. There was rapping going on with a project, Music Gin, I think they're called. They do a project with local lads, and they did an original song, and there was some, it was great. There was free ice creams, there was food in the centre. Those face painting machines. Yeah. I thought I seen you down there and your face painted like a kitty cat. Was that you? No,
John, I was getting boxed.
But you kind of showed if everyone, including residents and the stakeholders, come together at a short, we only 4 or 5 weeks,
But it was great organisation.
And we said, you know what, we'll just try and do something. There's a lack of green space at the moment down below Kings Island because of the flood defence.
That's right.
Blocked off. You have to do this to get to get to their finish line. But I suppose we worked in and around the centre and the little bits of green areas and the little bits of the road that were available, and we made it work And it was great to see kids running around and just having a laugh and fun, and people laughing and joking and chatting, and just the community kind of came back.
It was like the old days, Sean.
Yeah, it was
the old days.
Very community driven, and everyone in a good frame of mind, good spirit.
That was brilliant,
lovely. Yeah.
No, sorry, I couldn't get down to it. We were going out to the Wolf Tones. Toon Park that night, so.
You're excused,
You're
excused there, John. You're a sick note. So look, we heard all that going on as well, because there's a lot of people walking out that way, and there was Limerick was a bit of a buzz. It was nice to see it.
It's brilliant to see, between the Wolf Tones on the Friday night, Script on the Saturday night, and then the Wolf Tones again on the Sunday night. It was great to see Limerick full, from people from all over. They weren't just from all over Ireland; they were all from all over the world. There was people from Australia there.
It's 25,000, was there, or something?
29, I reckon.
29.
And I think there was 29 on the 2 nights, and I'd say it could be probably 29 for the Script as well. Yeah. They're massive as well. But it was great. It's great to see the weekend, and unfortunately, if more people knew where it was, I'd say we would have probably got more people down there. As such, especially for the burger and chips,
Well, there was a big crowd here, though. I suppose really it was.
You would have been.
It was for the Kings Island residents, but everyone was welcome.
That's the main thing.
It was quite busy, no.
Yeah, well, that's good, John. Because I saw the pictures up on Facebook and everything, and it looked fantastic down there.
But things like that are great for kind of raising the profile of a community and showing that there's positivity there. Sometimes with the area we work in, there's often we know the issues that are there. We know high unemployment and there's a few other issues. But sometimes it's nice to focus on the positive things as well. Because there's a lot of very good people down there with a great sense of community, and just to push that rather than the negative agenda all the time. Now, you do have to talk about things to get improvements,
of course,
but we can't always be talking about the negative. There's good people down there, there's local people, real Limerick people. We're in very near the one of the most best preserved castles in Europe. One
of the most historical places.
Medieval wall, the Great Wall of Limerick, and the Old Limerick Wall. Sorry, and then you've Nicholas Street. I know, I nearly did. Tired. But then you've even where I'm working out of the Widow's Arms Houses, which is a historical building. And Nicholas Street, you say Mary's Cathedral at the end, it's pretty much a museum, King John's Castle Museum in the castle itself. So it's great, and keep that positive profile.
Yeah, which is great, John. It is fantastic, and it is a fantastic part of Limerick, and the walkways even. I'm working here probably the best part of 10 years, John, and I never knew there was a cafe at the back in Buddy Ann's houses there. Where your cafe above.
Yeah.
I never knew there was a cafe there.
Yeah, Castle View Coffee.
I never knew
it's
that
a social enterprise. So basically we run locally sourced coffee that we buy in Anacati, and we have a barista, part-time barista, and then we also we utilise the WPEP program, which is a kind of work experience program where we hire local people to train them up, skill them up, and get them work ready, and then they kick on hopefully, and then the next person comes in. The last person we had before the current chap, we took on a program above, and he works with us now because he made such a good positive kind of effect on us. And that's the whole idea. And if it's not with us, we help them get in somewhere else,
give people a chance.
Local people first. Because I suppose if you can't help your own,
well, that's the truth. That's the truth. And it's a knock-on effect then as well, because it gives more people more confidence in things. And things as well. Like, and you do your own honey and all up there, which I didn't know either. Yeah,
we've a hive. There's a hive up there, and your own honey, and it's used to glaze some of the foods. It's I know somebody is starting their own business around here, and I believe they use honey to sweeten the sauce. And it's it's the native European black bee, and native to this area. So the honey is taken out of the hives and it's ready for harvest now. I think we're due some more honey and sell it in the cathedral, the Hunt Museum, from our own place as well. I use it myself. It's very good for allergies. It has anti-allergens and stuff like that.
It is very good for you anyway, honey.
Honey's good for you. It's the only food I believe that doesn't ever turn or spoil. Never goes off.
Yeah, because there's a few of the people in the job here actually go up and buy the honey.
There's a few people.
Which is great, But I never knew, as I said, working in the place for so long, never knew this.
But it's a good alternative. Like, I only use honey to sweeten stuff. I don't drink sweet tea or anything like. But if I'm doing like a porridge at home, I'll only sweeten it with honey.
Oh no, my grandfather used to do that. He used to either do it with honey or salt. Salt. He used to use I couldn't understand how you do porridge.
I remember my mother making porridge with salt and stuff, and it didn't feel right. It feels more like a gruel from Oliver. Please, sir, can I have some more?
Can I have some more? Yeah. But he lived to 92, John, so he must be doing something right. But
so the key is to eat as much bland food as you can.
As you can. Everything that's bad for you, John, you can eat. You only did last week telling people to eat good. Well,
I know, I said bland, no. It doesn't have to be unhealthy. Just tasteless, John. Salt and porridge. It doesn't call you in, does it?
No, it doesn't go, John.
Imagine being called in as a child. Get in for your salt and porridge.
Gruel, I should say. That's the name. Gruel.
Should have better food than a porridge chip.
You would, John. Yeah. Actually, you would. But no, fair play, John. There's some fantastic things, and as I said, I saw the photographs on Facebook.
But it was community led, so it was the residents that led it. We just because we act in a professional capacity, like so myself and the Ad Aid here, and among the others that I mentioned, we supported them as much as we can with our professional.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then you know what? When we got there, it was everyone mucking in. I remember there was politicians cleaning down tables at me at the end of it. Everyone just got stuck in. There was a lovely camaraderie and.
That's great, John,
coming
because
together.
you don't get that. You don't get it in many places.
Yeah,
especially, no disrespect to politicians, but I don't know many politicians who will clean the table. They'd sit there just expect everything given to them, like some fairness, fair play to them, and the politicians you run about are always the ones that turn up anyway.
Well, look, everyone turned up, to be honest. It was, we had a DJ on and everything, and there was a draw and raffle, and local people won, and it was just, it's what these days are.
It's a nice day, John.
I remember years ago, Kerry's Road, they used to, I remember it's called Jackman Park, but it was Priory Park at the time. Right. We used to have our community games, we called it there, and I remember you'd be doing sack races and all these kind of things, and running. You could be in a race against your friend's mother, could be next to you running. It was just all the community getting together, having a laugh.
They were great days, John.
So this was a bit of that.
Back. We were the same in Soul Hill.
Yeah.
years ago, even though South Hill had a very bad name even back in the 70s. And
It was one of the first ones to be highlighted, wasn't it?
But we had a great, you'd have these go-kart races down the hill.
I remember that.
Steep.
I remember people made their own go-karts.
That's right.
With the old pram wheels.
The pram wheels, and then the boards.
Yeah, and they fall apart.
And you'd have a rope then. You'd always have the lightest one on it, because
the rope was your steering.
The rope was your steering.
Yeah.
Thinking back, John.
No health and safety.
No
seatbelts.
What was health and safety? And you would ask, where's the brakes? There's no brakes.
No.
Your foot.
And then you stopped by crashing into the wall at the bottom.
Crashing into the wall, that's right. We were lucky when you came down the hill, you went up a small bit incline again, so that it would slow you down a bit.
Yeah.
But and then we'd have the O'Malley Park, would play Crew Park, Kincora Park, and what's the other one? Keys's Park.
Okay.
You'd all have your own soccer teams.
We did that in Kerry's Road.
The adults would play each other then as well.
We did that in Kerry's Road. Yeah, you'd have.
Brilliant.
The soccer teams in Kerry's Road, when they played each other, were named after the soccer teams in Ryder Rovers.
Melchester Rovers. It's brilliant, John.
Just things you did to amuse yourself. When Wimbledon was on, people drew a court and with chalk on the ground. And then you'd forget about it when it was over.
Right. Yeah, and then you'd be back into when the World Cup was on. It was
soccer, yeah.
Yeah, it was on soccer then, and maybe when the All-Ireland was on, the fellas went out pounding each other with hurleys. That's what we used to be doing. And a tennis ball.
Yeah.
They're great times, and hopefully that's what's going to...
Well, they brought a bit of that back as well.
Still into the kids below now that are coming out, rather than being... I know with different times and things, but rather being on computers.
I think there was a handball alley competition. There was a competition on the handball alley and stuff like that. And it was nice to have that. And there was trophies given out. There was
that's brilliant.
And there was, as I said, there was a mayoral representative there, and it was just
a lovely day,
positive take for the community rather than the negativity that sometimes we read about it, which is
unfortunately which is there. It's there in a lot of places, unfortunately. But as I said, this really highlights it, and highlights. We're all the same, really, no matter where you live.
Totally.
Everyone's the same, and people are only trying to better themselves and things like that, and that's what will help this area come on. And looking forward to next year, it'll be another success, because I think we'll have a lot more people. I know you were packed out this year. You could be even worse next year, because people from outside of the parish will probably come down.
I don't know. I mean, it's Kings Island. They're welcome. I think people tend to. I don't know. Look,
maybe.
See, the flood defence thing has kind of limited the amount of green space down there. But it really worked well, and I think everything being closer together brought a togetherness as well. So that was
the centre down there is fantastic as well. It's a fantastic centre.
Yeah, and there's going to be a new one, because they're going to hopefully break ground next year on the new one, and another glimmer of hope for the
That's going to be a 2-story, John, is it?
Well, yeah, and there'll be a mugga, I believe, outside and stuff like that, and those small little sports thingies, and there'll be sports and stuff inside, and there's going to be like conference rooms and stuff, and cafe again, and we'll run the meals and meals out of there, and there'll be the education services can do a class down there and stuff from here or whatever, and good. It is good, and try to focus just on the positive,
Yeah, well, it's great, and it's bringing people to the area as well, and also, like we're surrounded down here with the Treaty Brewery above the other night. The other day was packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
Yeah.
And Katie Daly's was packed.
King John's Castle had the Train were playing there a week or two ago. Remember that?
That's American band. American band.
There was a day then there was DJing outside Katie Daly's, and I think they won some Tidy Towns award.
I think so.
Which is congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, is very positive. Like, you've got Bishop's Palace across the way. You've got that beautiful walk down toward, the riverside there, Verdant and stuff.
That's a nice walk down there, actually.
Yeah. No.
And plus, when all the work is done, John, you'll have the lovely walk at the back of Edie Ann's houses as well. That's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to be good as well. Yeah, that's a real dog lovers walk, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what we're aiming for. We catch the dog lover, like Mary Patter's, the barista up there will always have dog treats, and it stops the person. And sure, they might as well have a cup of coffee then.
Yeah. But it's nice just sit down.
A nice little bit of bribery. There's a treat for your dog. And would you like a cappuccino? Yeah, but to be honest, now it's funny, because the treats are there so long, and the dogs pass now. They pull at as they're passing. They pull out the leash. It's like we're supposed to stop here.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There you go.
But that's nice. It's animal friendly and human friendly.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to still.
I don't know about human friendly now, but
no, it's
I'm only
just
joking.
it's just a
Very
nice place.
animal friendly.
Yeah.
Well, you've the beehive there, and it's quite. There's a lovely view from the coffee dock. You can see all down the Shannon, as far as Clarion and all that kind of stuff.
And what I did notice as well, John, there's a lot of walking tours going around, which I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Which is great. There was a load of them there on Friday evening when I going home from here in Nicholas Street. Now there must have been about 30 people on a walking tour with a guide, which is fantastic to see. We haven't seen those in a while, and
I suppose St Mary's Cathedral will be on that tour, and brings you up
the castle, the whole lot, Nicholas Street, and things like that, and you're really bringing people down to the heart of where Limerick was originally. As I said, you often see people outside now, and when I'm out lollipopping, there'll be people asking you just where the castle is. People from America. I was talking to an Australian man out there a couple of weeks back. 2 people from Sweden. So we have a amount of people visiting Limerick and visiting Ireland, which is great.
Limerick is a very old town, isn't it? A settled town.
It's a settled town, and it is, and we're always kind of saying, there's not much to see in Limerick, but there's a mountain of stuff to see in Limerick that we don't even know ourselves.
I think we need to probably kind of push the positive things in Limerick.
Yeah.
And work around the river is a big thing, because the Shannon never doesn't flow as well through any other town. So Athlone and that, just to kind of build around that. Yeah. Look for the positive things and
the positives and things like that. Yeah. Years ago they were on about having a kind of a boat and thing like they have in some other places, like you go
like a regatta and stuff.
Just have a boat that you can go on, and they'll bring you so far and bring you back in again, this kind of thing. But that never kind of took off, unfortunately. But I heard that a couple of years ago they were supposed to do that, but as I said, times COVID hit and everything, so that knocked a lot of these things off, But no, John, you're doing great work around here, and there is some amount of history above in Nicholas Street that I didn't even know. I didn't even know where the Leper's Door was in the cathedral above.
All right. I seen that there. Yeah, I was up actually only seen that recently enough.
I was on it. Just to get some of the ladies in here did the painting up there, and
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I didn't know there was.
Because that's a museum in itself as well.
That's
as much as a place of worship for.
Unfortunately, John, I'm shameful to say I've never been in it.
Oh, I did the tour.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the tour now.
Yeah, you should. It's lovely. You like your history.
I'd actually do the tour someday as well, with the walking tour. Just find someone to when they're going around, and just because I'd say there's a load of history that we don't know about down here. You'd be surprised with things that have happened down here. But anything for the future coming up for the future, John? Or
I suppose there's. Again, we're going to be planning now a bit far in advance, but LICP has the Irish Chamber Youth Orchestra twice a year. We do, a kind of piece with them, and they'd be all young people some of them from backgrounds that would be a little bit, But last time they did the music at the movies, and they done stuff like from Lord of the Rings and. Wicked and all these things was those kind of theme songs. So we'll be looking at doing another one for Christmas. It was a great success, and it supports young people, and you can see their confidence building. And this time it was unusual because it's normally just classical music, but there was a song piece. I think there was a chap, they didn't realise he was such a good singer, and then when they found out, they fitted it in. So it was lovely, and all local people turned up. It was really nice. It was down at the community centre, so that'll be in the planning soon.
That'd be one to go to. That'd be nice to go to. That'd be lovely, especially coming up to Christmas then as well.
Yeah,
it'd be something nice. Just
so that kind of thing. And I think myself and Ed here are trying to co-run a kind of a dance exercise thing down in the community centre. Something we'll do a little project together and stuff like that, and also we're trying to work with different organisations like GOSH and stuff to increase visibility for LGBTQIA plus or something, whatever, and stuff like that, and just basically be more accessible. Maybe some support groups for parents with kids with additional needs, stuff like that. There's loads of things in the works, and maybe we're hoping to have a community bike hub where we'll help young lads, give them an option to kind of maybe learn how to do up bikes and stuff, and that'll be supported hopefully by the ETB and the council. And there's loads of bits and bobs. Your registration days here with the multitude of classes they have. And, there's something every week. This is the quiet time now, but it's still in planning. Yeah.
No, John, they're great.
And they're all overlapping. The organisations, we all overlap and we work together well.
It's great.
Yeah, that's just what it's community. It's all about collaboration,
for the better of the people and for the better of the place. But no, that's fantastic, John. That's fantastic. We're running out of things to talk about now, really. So I think we've another couple of minutes to go. John,
I suppose we could give another plug for the registration day. So that's on in September.
Date. I'm not sure the date. It's the 9th, I think, is it?
Is it? I thought it was around the 12th. But anyway, it is about the 9th. Anyway, sure, look. Yeah. It's usually in the first week of September, and there'll be the usual amount of classes, a wide variety. So you have your health and well-being here, you have your arts and crafts type classes, you have your IT classes, your level 5 in healthcare, all kind of good stuff like. So that's going to be registration. There'll be 10 to 1 on the day. So I think we're popping down to talk about our kind of PsyCap services and our meals and ways. So we'll be here on the day as well to support. And so that's going to be great.
The 9th of September, John. Tuesday the 9th of September.
Tuesday the 9th.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. And that's always a big day for here. There's two of them in the year. There's this one in January, and I suppose this is the big day.
It's the big day. Yeah, you get your
the cup final.
As I say, you get your feet under the table, and it's easier.
Well, the lads here can register you as well on the day and stuff. And it's going to be
great. The boys are great, and there's loads of help and loads of advice as well. And the only thing is, the earlier you're down, the better for yourself.
It's always
especially with the craft classes and stuff.
There's limited spaces. You're limited by either the room, or you're limited by, I suppose, with the craft there's a lot of prep work for the tutors, so they can only take X amount because they have to do a lot of prep per person and spend an adequate amount of time with them. So you just you get here as early as possible, and then it's the lads here try to share it out fairly. Like if you've done the class 3 years in a row, you probably won't get to do it on the fourth time. Give someone else a chance.
Give someone else to go.
It's done as fairly as possible. But I suppose they're a victim of their own success in that there'll be, you see the queues that are here.
That's right.
And that's a good and a bad thing, I suppose, because you don't want people
to disappoint people.
But you have to fill those classes, you see.
You have to do what you're instructed.
And every year seems to grow.
Which is great.
Great work goes on in here.
And it's fantastic. It's fantastic, John. So, John, we're finished. That's another week
Thanks,
over. John, well done on
Thank you.
Last week, and thanks very much for letting us know what's coming down the line.
No problem.
And as I said, it's a great place to visit down here, St Mary's, even if people just want to come down for a walk. Come down for a walk and have a cup of coffee in by the aunt's houses there, and it's fantastic. And buy their thing of honey.
Buy your little jar of honey.
So we'd like to thank Limerick City Community Radio again for leaving us waffle on the air, and Kings Ireland Community as well, partners, for leaving us talk about everything that's happening down here and further afield as well. And thanks to John then, again, he's the mainstay. Only for you, John.
I know, John.
I'm talking to myself as usual. So
John, you're the professional, John. You're the professional.
Well, that's what I tell you.
You're the professional.
So we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your weekend, and goodbye.